Planes, Trains, and Plantains. The Story of Oedipus. This font is smaller than the last. P. November 30th, 2004. A man can only justify his actions if he regards his demeanor with deductive thinking. This man was not Oedipus, mainly because he was a fucking douchebag. One must know who Oedipus was to understand the period in which it was written. This is my thesis statement. The Greeks contributed many things to our culture, such as olives, euros, Lenny Kravitz, anal sex, and Oedipus. Oedipus will be remembered throughout time because he suffered from Lou Gehrig's disease, and that's why he couldn't play baseball in the first Olympic Games. He will always be remembered for his journeys and his love for the New York Yankees. 1821, Associated Press. Lou Gehrig is smiling because he got daily ram jobs from the girls at Scores. Laius and Jocasta were king and queen of Thebes, a town in Greece. They were fucking around and Laius forgot to wrap his shit. One day they had a baby boy. An oracle prophesied that the boy would grow up and kill his father and marry his mother. Laius was like, fuck that shit, that's gay. To thwart this prophecy, Laius and Jocasta decided to kill their baby. They fingered his butthole and sent him on his way. In those days, it was unusual to leave an unwanted or defective baby in the wilderness. Laius and Jocasta did this. To be extra sure, they pierced his little feet and tied them together. Don't worry about this detail, which makes no sense. It must have been introduced to and explain the hero's name. A kindly shepherd found the baby in a pool skimmer. He gave the baby to a friend who took it to Corinth, another town. Corinth reappears in the New Testament under the category of DVDA, verse 363. The king and queen of Corinth could not have a baby on their own. The king has a bad case of limp dick. So they adopted the foundling. Nobody ever told little Oedipus that his mother was never pregnant. She aborted a kitten into a toilet in the back of a Denver Denny's. One day, after he had grown up, a drunk mentioned his being adopted. Oedipus killed the bum. Oedipus questioned his parents, but they denied it. Oedipus visited various oracles to find out whether he was really adopted. All the oracles told him instead was that he would kill his father and marry his mother. He told them that they were dissing him, so he grabbed his 12-sided double dildo and left town. None of this makes much sense. Again, don't worry about this. It's a folktale, not a goddamn OxyClean commercial. To thwart the oracles, Oedipus left Corinth permanently. He then sought out Billy Mays and had gay sex with him. At this time, it was considered polite. Again, don't worry. Yes, Oedipus, you should have considered that since he might be adopted, any older man might be his father, and any older woman his mother. But this is a folktale. Traveling the roads, Oedipus got into a traffic squabble and killed a stranger who, unknown to him, was King Linus. Oedipus snorted 2 lines of pure cocaine off his dead dad. In one version, there was a dispute over the right-of-way on a bridge. In those days, the high rank got to go first. Oedipus identified himself as the heir to the throne of Corinth, and for some reason, again, don't worry about it, this is page 3. Laius's people simply attacked instead of explaining that he was the king of Thebes. They were dumb Greek dudes. What did you expect, an atomic bomb? In some versions, they say that the rude Laius drove over Oedipus' sore foot, making him lose his temper. This is bullshit. Don't believe it or I will fucking kill you, and yes, this is a written threat. And that's what Oedipus told his father. One should analyze the poetry on page 43, when Oedipus is rolling his benzo, and he has to bust a cap on some flagrants in the Undercity. Riding in the benzo, popping my collar. See some fine wenches, I have to holla. diamonds, gold, and all the mighty dollar. I'm a pages, bitch. The original Bala. I bust out my 9, light up your Impala. Fuck that police. Dr. Dre got most of his inspiration from the Greek story of Oedipus. Soon, Oedipus Smart saved the town of Thebes, and he was made king. In fact, the only reason Dr. Dre produced the chronic was because the Bible tells you to smoke lots of pot, and Oedipus used to blaze it with the makers of the Aquafresh toothpaste. Oedipus married Linus's widow, Queen Jocasta. So basically, he was fucking his own mom, which is fucking nasty. He ruled well, and they had 4 children. Eventually, Oedipus and Jocasta found out what really happened. Imagine you're like jamming your mom and you have like 4 kids, and the feds come to your house and they say that she was your mom, and you're like, yeah, so? And they're like, well, that's gross and illegal. You must assume that accidentally killing your father and marrying your mother is a disaster. Jocasta committed suicide with a pimento, and Oedipus blinded himself and became a wandering beggar. Because the Beatles did it, and that was cool. In the version, which must have been the favorite of Sophocles' Athenian audience, Oedipus found sanctuary at Colossus outside of Athens. The kindness he was shown at the end of the city made itself blessed, which is the gayest ending ever. The Greeks invented anal lube. This is my conclusion. The end. Works cited: www.yahoo.com, www.google.com, www.tubgirl.com. 61% D-. Mr. Freeman, please see me after class to discuss your paper.